Okay, if you have seen those other videos, you'll know that we have the top 2 champions from Europe, from America, and from Japan. And you might have thought that was it, but ho, I have a bonus region. That is, of course, the one and only island of Sodor. Correct, it will be James, Thomas, and Percy, all competing amongst themselves to see who is the best. Top 2 will make it to the World Finals to compete with the big boys. So who will it be? Who will be last? Who will be kicked out? That's what's coming up right here, right now. That is right. Here they all are lined up for you. I only got 3 because, man, these are hard to find in N scale. I would totally get more of these had they, make them. I'd really like to find a Gordon. He's like my number 1 on the list. But I'd certainly take like a Bill and Ben or a Toby for sure. Obviously, I love Thomas. I grew up watching him. Probably why I like trains to start with. So, there's some nostalgia there, of course. In fact, funny story, the picture you see in the background I actually took. A couple of years ago, I was driving from, where was I? Philadelphia, trying to get to Pittsburgh, I think, going through Amish farm country. And I looked to my right, and here comes Thomas, chugging through the countryside. I'm like, that's so random. So I had to stop. Obviously, it was one of those Thomas days. But I did not suspect, I didn't know anything about it. It was just a completely random thing. So I stopped for a little bit, took some awesome pictures, and then carried on. But we're here for a race. Only 2 can continue, so one of them will lose. Which will it be? Put a comment in the section below to judge who you think will win/lose. Your choice. Come back later after the race to see if you're right. I have no idea who's going to work here. They all seem like legit choices to me. In no way do I expect any of these to win, flat out in the next round in the finals. But I thought it'd be fun to, have their own little circuit and throw them in there, as a bonus. But who knows? Maybe one of them will surprise us all. I have no idea. I have not done a qualifying round yet. That's where I'm gonna send them around the track once. It's 250 feet of track, so loosen their gears up, get them ready to roll. They have been sitting for a little while, so this will loosen them up for sure for the race. Race itself is going to work just like last time. Engines will be loaded up somewhere back here. They'll be sped up to the starting point, which is right there. Race 113.5 inches down, all the way to the finish line. Whoever will pass this tape measure first will win. For consistency and speed, we're going to do it the same way the other ones worked. We're going to crank them on up to that power level there so that they hit the starting gate running. Right, so this is what I did for all my other circuits as well. Just kind of threw the engines on the track and let them go around once. I'm not going to film the whole thing. I'll cut it down and edit it so that it's, you're not just sitting there waiting. But I will send these through, intermittently because I don't want them running into each other because I have no idea who's faster than the other. That's the whole point of this race. So once Thomas gets around that line, Percy off to a little slow start, but there it gets going. Like I said, some of these have been sitting a while, so just want to kind of loosen them up, send them around once to get everything nice and loose. If you haven't seen it yet, I did do a review on Percy a couple of years ago now. I have not gotten around to the others yet, but they are coming. Just give it time. So with Thomas coming around that corner there, I'll flip this around. So it's a nice smooth finish. One down, made it just fine. Here comes Percy now. And now James. Looks like he's struggling a little bit. Might need to do some maintenance there before the race. It's not running the smoothest. So I'll try to find out what's going on there. Okay, well they all made it around the track once just fine, as you saw. I did run James around a couple times more at a higher speed, and that seemed to work out all of his kinks, so he should be good to go. So now's the moment of truth. Which one's going to win? Which one's going to lose? Which one's going to move on because he's the middle? The race is about to start right now. Wow, I don't know if you caught it, but that was a crazy finish. We're going to start with the winner because that was probably obvious. It is none other than the world famous Thomas himself. He took the lead and won it all. 9.43 seconds or 109.4 miles per hour scale speed. Good to see him over triple digits. But the top two move on. So whoever takes second place also moves to the world finals. But who's it going to be? Because that was a pretty close finish. In fact, let's look at that instant replay. So here we have Percy and James lined up coming into the home stretch of the race. Now, obviously, I edited this so they're stacked on top of each other. But at this moment in time, James is over a full length in front of Percy. But as they start down the stretch, it becomes clear that something crazy is happening, and Percy catches up to James, and here they come for the final stretch into the home finish. Who's it gonna be? Oh my God! It's Percy! Takes the lead at the last possible moment to beat out James by 2 frames. What an incredible finish. Who would have thunk it, especially as far in front of James was? Now, I think what happened was James kind of had some of his stalling problems that we experienced earlier. But too bad, this was the official heat, and I thought it was all fixed and done. But Percy coming out on top. Haha, so Percy came through. Amazing. 11.7 seconds, 88.2 miles an hour. Which means James is officially knocked out. Doing it in an even 12 seconds, 86 miles an hour even. There's always been something a little funky with James. He's never really ran 100%, but after my qualifying, rounds, it seemed like he was doing pretty good there. But in the official race, I don't know, he seemed to really slow down at the end or what, because Percy's speed seemed fairly consistent. I don't think Percy sped up. And he's going away from the power as you get to the finish line. So it's not like you're gaining electricity. You're getting farther away from the source. So crazy race, crazy fun. I enjoyed this one. This was fun. And like I said, I really don't expect Thomas or Percy to win the final round at all. But I'm throwing them in there just for the heck of it. Representing the island of Sodor. So that's pretty much it for this one. Like I said, if the world finals have been done already, the link will be below. If not, stay tuned. It'll be released right around the corner once I actually do it.